News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. Make it a preset, y'all. 800-288 WBAP is our number. 800-288-9227. Here is the young lady I've been telling you about, who just graduated college. Fox News on the Independent. She's an independent on the Independent panel that watched the debate with their pollster that handles this stuff real time. They literally have those tracking things like a lie detector test or whatever goes up and down, in real time. They had Democrats, Independents, and Republicans watching, and this is what one of the young ladies said who just graduated college. Young, beautiful Asian young lady here.
So I also just graduated college. I'm looking into the job market. I'm looking into the economy. Housing prices, cost of food. And for me, at this point, it's not really about which candidate is the most poised or which candidate I like the most. It's about what the next 4 years will look like. And I do think that the economy under Trump was a lot stronger.
Isn't that stunning and stunning? Isn't the depth on that really impressive of this young lady? She's probably like an Ivy League type graduate. She's talking and sounds like a 40-year-old woman, it's been working a professional career job for 20 years or something. It's amazing, truthfully. I'm very impressed with that young lady, and it was very nice to hear what she said. I'll be playing more stuff, including we'll be playing for you in the next segment, Trump, and how many times ABC News interrupted him and fact-checked him. It was absolutely ridiculous, but he knew that was going into it, and he said it. My question for you tonight is, who won the debate? How did it change your vote? And how much of an impact will this debate from last night have on the polls, do you think? 800-288-WBAP is our number. We've got three lines open. 800-288-9227. Chime in right now. We got 8 minutes before we pop you on. Let's go first to Christine. We'll go to you first in Texarkana, then we'll get to you, Paul and Hazel. Hi, Christine. You're on WBAP.
Hi there.
Hi.
I listen all the time. And when you're not on, yes, it's true. And I tell everybody about WBAP.
Oh, huge hugs to you.
If they want the truth, to listen to it. I talked to somebody in Colorado today, and yes, they are doing the animals in Colorado.
I don't doubt that. They're starving.
I'm just telling you, I have friends in Michigan. It's happening there, too.
I don't doubt you.
Now, if the people want to laugh at Trump and she wanted to, yeah, I think she had a bug in her ear, too. I really do. She's a vicious actress.
What about when you talk about the animals, not to belabor it, but they're animals, but they're not pets. They're not stealing their cats.
No, well, they're cats. They're cats and dogs. Now, granted, we do have a lot of strays running around, but they are still stealing the animals too.
Yeah, none of us want to ever see, even if it's a stray. I literally despise stray cats because they're a nuisance and everything. And I despise the crazy cat lady doing that crap where she feeds them, gives 20 of them food out there. But I had a crazy cat lady across the street from me. We finally figured out who it was, and I went and got to the city. I got the traps, and I figured out I became the cat king. My neighbor literally called me, "You are the cat king, Chris." I bagged like 13 or 14 cats in 2 weeks before I had to give the trap back. And the city takes them in, and the city says, are they chipped? Are they a pet? No. If nobody claims them, then they got to give them a dirt nap. And I feel bad, but it's like...
I know.
They were literally crapping. I was mowing my lawn, and the crap was getting on my feet, on my, the bottom of my shoes. And I didn't have a freaking cat. It's disgusting, that smell of that. My dog, dogs eat that. You know that?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
My dog was eating that. She came in with that on her face. I'm like, this is it. And I would come home at night, and they were humping each other in my front lawn. I'm like, oh, this is it. I mean, I literally mating.
Have lots of litters.
Yeah.
Well,
just
okay, and so...
hold on. My colleague's face. Watching him.
Yeah.
He was wincing and wincing and frowning and laughing. Go ahead, please. Go ahead. That was classic.
Okay. And Trump... he was not given the questions ahead of time like she was. And she was in the motel room in Pennsylvania or wherever with Hillary, with Obama, with Oprah, and a few others.
But, she won.
That's what she was doing instead of doing her vice presidential duties, because she's only a vice president in name only, just like a lot of Christians are only Christians in name only.
You're right, but let me tell you, on both fronts, she won. And it was a good strategy, after all, even though if she needed it, which seems really problematic for her, but she won.
I think Trump was very, very, very good because, we don't want him to be nasty. He wasn't. He kept his mouth quiet. And about that little comment, I did hear that little comment too about whatever.
We're going to play that because I totally think he said that she is. Hold on, I'm going to pull it up right now. She puts out.
Say it.
She puts out. Can you? Let's play it here.
Okay.
Whatever she wants to be is okay with me.
But those were your words, so
I don't know. I mean, all I can say is I read where she was not black, that she put out. And I'll say that. And then I read that she was black, and that's okay. Either one was okay with me. That's up to her. That's up to her.
To this very moment today, colleagues of mine, and I was talking to my boss about this earlier, he's like, are you sure that she said that? I'm like, dude, she said it. And there's no question that he said she puts out. Mm-hmm. She put out. And that certainly is true.
He said he didn't say that she does. He said he has read it.
Wait, he said he read it? I thought he said she put out here.
Whatever she wants to be is okay with me.
But those were your words, so
I don't know. I mean, all I can say is I read where she was not black, that she put out. And
okay, you're right. She read that she put out. Yeah. I mean, I can't believe that's not like a big headline today. Sexist, racist Trump says she put out, quote unquote.
Well, everything that they're accusing him of, they need to just put their fingers back to themselves.
Yes.
But they don't want to be responsible.
Is it so true that she put out that ABC and Oliver didn't say anything? They're like, oh, shoot, they got her. He's got her on that, That's insane. Well, listen.
He was on top of it, and people can say that he wasn't, but he is.
I love your spirit. I love your mannerisms, and I love your voice. You're a great caller, and I appreciate you. You got a neat voice there. A little bit of raspiness makes it intriguing. It's very good. Appreciate you, Christine, okay?
Have a good night.
You too. You too. Thank you. Paul in Azle, you've called in at 800-288-WBAP, 800-288-9227. Hello, Paul, WBAP. What's up?
Hi, Chris. Hey, thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome.
So I kind of look at the debate last night. It's kind of like looking at the Ukraine-Russia war. There was no winner. I don't think anybody walked out of it winning. I don't feel like either candidate. I mean, I'm a Trump fan. I'll be honest with you. I'm a Trump fan, but neither one of them answered the questions. Especially, I was really looking forward to hearing about how he was going to do the mass deportation. I was like looking forward to it, but instead of answering the question, he just deflected on everything that he had said in the first several questions. He just kept going back. She did this. She did this. She didn't do this. It's like, we know that. We know all that.
The glittering generalities, the vulgarities from Trump.
Yeah, he really could have seized the moment and answered a question and gained more supporters. But, I mean, everybody's heard everything that he said last night. Everybody knows that.
Yes.
Everybody knows her lies. She was lying left and right. And I just don't. I feel like it was a waste of time, honestly. I don't feel like either candidate. Well, actually, I was surprised at how well she was spoken.
Yes,
she was able to speak.
Yes.
I was shocked.
I was too.
And
but there it was.
More people were shocked too.
Let me say this though: the most incredible thing that blows my mind, and still I'm in awe, is that the polling for independents and for people is he literally still polls way better than her on the economy, and that CNN said that according to their polls that they did a snap poll before and after the debate last night, that he gained 2 more points over her before and after the debate with economy. He is at 55. She's at 30. He's at 55 and she's at 35. He went up 2 points after the debate with the economy. You know why? I'll tell you why. Not because of anything he said, but because what she didn't say. They saw nothing
from her. She didn't say. That's right.
Right. And that made me feel so good, because when it comes to it, it's insane how the economy is the number one issue, like overwhelmingly. And number 2, I believe it's immigration, last time I checked. And those are the 2 big ones. And she is absent. She obfuscates. She dodges the questions. I'll play CNN saying that last night in their post-analysis. Great call, Paul. Keep it up. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you. You too. We got 4 lines open for the first time in an hour and 14 minutes tonight. 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. Next, we're going to talk to Clark in Frisco, who says Trump won. That'll be fascinating to talk to him about that. And then also, as I promised, we're gonna play some more great audio from the debate. Not fact checking Trump a million times. I already played not fact checking her. All that and so much more. I love. The whole pets. They're eating our pets. JD Vance. I love that. I can't say that without laughing. It's freaking hysterical. Oh, yes. But it's so funny. They're eating our pets. Here, hold on. Wait. She put out, they're eating our pets. I mean, what else is happening here? Now, he needs some help down here. All that's coming up next. Well, here's the, hold on. Here's the eating our pets again. We just have to ruminate in it a little bit more. Ladies and gentlemen, hide your cats, hide your dogs. They're eating our pets. Where did it go? I have it in my line. I have so many. Here we go. Wait. Where was it? Why can't I find it? Oh, man. What's up with that? Here it is.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets.
There is no state in this country where it is legal to kill a baby after it's born.
President Trump, as you know, the FBI says overall violent crime is actually coming down in this country. I did watch all of these pieces of video. I didn't detect the sarcasm, lost by a whisker. The question was about you as president, not about former Speaker Pelosi. But
my gosh, it was insane how biased and one-sided they were. Worse than we were described. We're going to play the pets eating soundbite coming up either a little later this segment or at 33 after the hour. We'll see how it plays out. But we got 3 lines open right now. 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. Who won the debate? Did it change your vote? Who won the debate and did it change your vote? And how much of an impact will the debate have on the polls, do you think? 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. If there's any indication through the polling we have now, Trump still is number 1, and he went up slightly in CNN's poll for economy and immigration. And she looked good, but she still didn't win over a lot of people. In fact, it was stunning. One of the groups. This is unbelievable. Reuters had a group of 10 people, 10 independents. Ready for this? Reuters, which is totally biased against Republicans. Reuters had a panel of 10 people, and 6 out of 10 said they were going with Trump after the debate. 6 out of 10. Isn't that stunning? I will get that to you more. We got so many polls, so many details. I will get that to you in more specifics in a little bit, but it's amazing. All right, let's go to, let's see, who do we got now? We have Clark in Frisco. Clark, you are on WBAP. Hello.
Hey, Chris, I respectfully disagree, man. I respectfully disagree. We don't award wins when there's clear bias, when she probably had the questions ahead of time, which is cheating. When the fact-checking was against Trump, the rules were stilted. We knew that was going to happen,
yes.
But we don't award a win to Kamala in those circumstances. So that's number 1. Number 2, when he said put out, he meant publish. She said she was whatever, and then she changed her story. When Trump says put out, it's a northern expression. It can mean the other
I'm from the north.
Yes.
I'm from the north.
Yeah,
put out where I grew up in Chicagoland.
She published. She published that she was. That's what he meant.
Okay, I'll replay it.
What he'll tell you.
I'll replay it. Yeah. I'm from the Chicagoland area, and put out means you put out when a guy wants to do sexual things. I
understand. Let me play this. Promiscuity, right? That's not what he meant.
Let me play this here.
Whatever she wants to be is okay with me.
But those were your words, so I'm asking.
I don't know. I mean, all I can say is I read where she was not black, that she put out, And I'll say that. And then
I'll say
I read that she was black, and that's okay. Either one was okay with me. That's up to her. That's up to her.
I read ... I mean, that's me. I'm putting the dots in. I read that she was black and put out. So I strongly disagree with you 100%. But let's move on to the next thing you were going to say.
Yeah, so we don't award a win for someone who had the questions ahead of time.
Yeah, you said we. Do you have a mouse? Do you have a mouse in your pocket? You said we.
I'm saying in any competition, like let's say your kids are in sports. Let's say they do taekwondo, okay, or whatever they do. When there's clear bias and cheating in the judging, you don't award a win. Well, you don't say that.
Unfortunately,
you know what you do? You do a rematch, Chris. That's what you do.
That's what he's going to. That's what he may do.
Conditions. Number 3.
Wait. We gotta go. We gotta go.
She didn't have.
Listen, we gotta go. But listen, you saying that you want Trump to do a rematch.
I say that we do a fair rematch. She doesn't get the questions ahead of time. She clearly had the questions ahead of time. She's never performed this well. So that guarantees to me that she had the questions ahead of time.
All right, I appreciate
There's
your
no
call.
way she performs extemporaneously well. We'll see that.
I disagree. She I don't think there was cheating going on. I hope you're right but I don't think so. I think she just did that kind of work to get this position. I strongly disagree. All right, we got 2 lines open. 800-288-WBAP is our number. 800-288-9227. Oh, coming up next we got you're going to hear the Fox News, what happened in real time with the tracking of the independent voters. It's amazing. It's good for us overall. And they even surprised the pollster at Fox News, real-time tracking. That is coming up next, plus your call. 2 lines open, 800-288-WBAP, 800-288-9227 on News Talk 820 WBAP and now on FM at 93.3.
It gets where people are in the economy. And that was a really interesting takeaway for me last night. I didn't expect to see independents tracking so much with Republicans last night, and they did. They wanted to hear the meat on the economy. They wanted to hear the plan. And while most of the voters that we spoke with agreed stylistically with Kamala, they said that she sort of performed better than he did on substance on the issues on economy and immigration. They really resonated with him. And that was really what we were talking to a lot of the independent voters. And we saw that right there with that line.
Okay, so there's lines going up and down for in real time, like a lie detector test, or a heart monitoring test. And you see the Republicans as red and the Democrats as blue and the independents as yellow, and they see the lines go. By the way, with the economy and stuff, he still is number one. He's it. And as you heard her say that. But the other thing is the Fox News analysis from the independent voters in real time on the cats and dogs and eating the pets. It went down with Republicans and independents when he said that because everybody's like, oh, come on, dude. Now, he could have said they're stealing geese from these different areas and eating them, cutting their heads off, including a precious prized 105-year-old legacy, the one in New York, which is true. Joe Biden and Kamala and Joe's illegals are eating them. But he did not do well last night. He failed, and she did very well, even though her content was effusive and very little. But her style and her poise was much better than him, and so in that regard, she won. Thankfully, the economy stuff is still much higher for Trump, and illegal immigration is too after the debate. So people just know who he is, and all these polls I'm going to be sharing with you, they know who Trump is. Only 9% say they don't know who Trump is or don't know enough about him, and it's like I think it was like 28% or 40%, something. It was insane how many of them know nothing about her, even though she's been hiding in plain sight as the vice president. Thankfully, they're pegging the policies of the last 4 years to her as she tries to run and says no details on her economic policies. 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. I also have J.D. Vance responding to the pets thing. Should we pop that off real fast now, or should we go to some calls first? You pick it, producer. Okay, what? Because this is great. J.D. Vance whoops CNN's butt after a post-debate.
This town has been ravaged by 20,000 migrants coming in. Healthcare costs are up. Housing costs are up. Communicable diseases like HIV and TB have skyrocketed in this small Ohio town. This is what Kamala Harris's border policies have done. And I think it's interesting, Caitlin, that the media didn't care about the carnage wrought by these policies until we turned it into a meme about cats. And that speaks to the media's failure to care about what's going on in these communities. If we have to meme about it to get the media to care, we're going to keep on doing it because the media should care about what's going on.
So that goes to one of the listeners' earlier's point saying that, seeing all these memes does help. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But that J.D. Vance is incredible. His skill in responding to questions and debate is incredible. He is literally going to beat the living crap. I'm talking 10 out of 10 when he goes against Vance. That's not even against Wells. It's not even a question. Wells has already told everybody that he's a terrible debater. Like, not publicly where they play rope-a-dope, but he is a terrible debater or a bad debater, he says. So J.D. Vance is brilliant. He's incredible. He really is. He's going to just destroy him, especially veteran to veteran. Lying, you say you had a weapon of war, and you said it was a grammatical error in your interview with CNN. That's not a grammatical error. You lied. It's stolen valor, and you owe us all an apology. He'll eviscerate him. Unfortunately, the amount of people watching won't be as much as the ones last night. And we'll fold that into the question, too, if you want to chime in. Should Trump do another debate? Because he's saying right now, I don't know if I will. What's the point? Everybody, it's kind of a thing like, I won already, which is so funny. I think he makes people laugh. They know his policies are better than hers, and they know they're better off under 4 years of him. So, he lies a decent amount, and he, makes stuff up. And he's over the top, this and that, but he's a character, and really what all that matters. He's mean, but all that matters is my pocketbook and inflation and everything, and that's all it is to it. 800-288-WBAP is our number. Let's go to Nathan in Saginaw. Nathan, what's up, WBAP?
Well, I'm kind of going about half crazy here because what other people are hearing Donald Trump say about this put out thing, I don't hear it at all. I took it as she said she was black, and that's what she put out, as though out to the newspaper or out to the public, or has nothing to do with two kids in a high school locker room talking.
Right. Well, I think he said she puts out as in sexually put out to get her way up to the top. But let's play it again, and people can decide.
Boy, we are in left field if you think that.
Shame on you, Nathan. Hold on one second.
Okay.
Whatever she wants to be is okay with me.
But those were your words, so
I don't know. I mean, all I can say is I read where she was not black, that she put out, and I'll say that. And then I read that she was black, and that's okay. Either one was okay with me. That's up to her. Up to her.
Not black.
Boy, you might be right. I don't know.
Listen, she did not put out publicly that she's not black. I mean, that would be insane. The woman went to Howard, whether you like her or not, which is HBCU. Excuse me. No, she didn't put out that she's not black.
Well, you may be right after hearing that, but I'll tell you what, I didn't take it that way.
But just so you know, too,
when I heard it,
real fast. I'm sorry. He's talking about Willie Brown, betting down with Willie Brown. In fact, there's a tweet I have on my feed from a day or two ago where in a story about Willie Brown at the time, she was asked, are you his daughter? And she says, no, I'm not, in the middle of the story. And it was her when she was betting down with him and he was a married man. She slept away to the top with this guy. It's true, but that's not going to win him stuff. But here's the thing. I'm thinking about this in real time with you. The reason why ABC News didn't say anything, the reason why no major news has done anything on this, you know why? Because it's true, and they don't want to talk about it because then it'll get in the news that she did have an affair with a married man who was one of the most powerful black Democrats in the state of California.
Well, to me, it sure seemed way out of context. But when you played it just then, it kind of rang, kind of agree with you a little bit on that.
Okay, what else? Who won the debate? Did it change your vote? And how much of an impact will the debate have on the polls?
he won, and I'm not changing my mind.
All right, my friend. Will you admit that? Will you admit
that's
I'm not changing my mind either. But he lost. You think he won?
Well, okay. I mean, he may have, but
I'm not changing my mind when I say
voting for him.
What I mean. Well, me too. That's what I mean. I'm not changing my mind. I'm still going to vote for him. I'm always going to vote for him. But I personally have to admit that he lost. But listen, Nathan, I'm right and you're wrong, and you have to come to terms with that, sir. Okay?
Well, I'm
just kidding.
I'm
just kidding. I appreciate you, my friend. Last time we talked, right. I think on the air you had a beer. Are you sipping on a beer right now?
Well, you caught me again.
What are you sipping?
Adios.
What are you sipping?
Miller Lite, like I always do.
Okay. My son, who's 21, he got a one of those massive fat cans that's like 32 or 38 ounces, and it was Miller High Life, and he brought it home, and I'm like, because he's 21 now, so he gets beer from time to time, and he comes home with it, and I see that, and I go, the champagne of beers, and he goes, what? And I go, look on the label, it's the champagne of beers, and he's like, no, and my wife's like, no, and I'm like, yes, and I'm like, but listen, I was also like, is it still on there? It's been like 20 years or so, 30 years. Yes, it's still on there, the champagne of beers. All right, Nathan, you take care.
Well, this is Miller Lite. It's a different flavor.
What?
I guess people that drink beer, they kind of get a certain
taste. Why don't you drink Bud Light, Nathan?
Well, I will if there's nothing available.
But don't you embrace that transgender guy that told you that he's a woman and there was a big sponsor of this? Remember that?
Yeah, I do now that you mention it.
That dude destroyed Bud Light. He destroyed their whole thing. Appreciate your call. Yeah, they were dethroned as the nation's top seller of beer after that by Americans. Brooke in Frisco, WBAP, hello.
Hey, I have a couple of very important points I need to let listeners know about if they're not aware of it. Okay, she was wearing Nova H1 audio earrings. And also on ABC, Dana Walding, who is her best friend.
The owner, you mean the lady who runs ABC News, her best friend?
Yes, Megyn Kelly talked about this, she made a video about it.
I said it last night. I already knew it. She absolutely is best friends with her, yes.
Yeah. So she definitely cheated. She didn't win because she cheated. She can't get up there and debate without wearing audio earrings. They're called Nova H1 audio earrings.
Audio Nova?
The Nova H1 audio earrings. They look exactly like the ones she had on. You can look them up.
I'm seeing audio here. Here I'm seeing H1 Nova.
They have little pearls in them, and they look just like the ones she had on last night.
Okay, I am looking at Newsweek. Democrats.
She cheated. For sure.
Here, the claims that she's wearing a set of Nova H1 audio earrings, and Newsweek is a conservative publication now, unequivocally, by the way, created by German startup Nova Products. There is to date no proof that Harris was wearing such earrings. Newsweek reached out to the Harris Walls.
I don't care what that says. Okay, she had those earrings on.
I'm just sharing.
She cannot do anything without cheating. Okay, she can't get up there. You think she can actually talk and look professional?
I'm just reading.
Cheating?
I'm just sharing what the story says.
She can't.
Can you let me finish?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. While the footage of the debate shows Harris is wearing pearl earrings, several social media users have pointed out double pearl hinged earrings from Tiffany & Co. Okay, well, I don't know, but I think she can do as well as she did last night without cheating, because that's why she was locked up in a room for 5 days. And unfortunately, you might say, well, it took her 5 days. Well, the thing is, it worked.
Yeah, they were planning on how she was going to cheat, and the people who were supposed to be asking questions were giving their opinions. It's not their job to give their opinion, saying
I know.
There's no state that is allowing babies to be killed, which that's not true.
That's a lie,
Trump doesn't make statements that, like, they didn't rebuttal anything she said. It's not their job to rebuttal. It was 3-on-1. So how can anybody say she won?
I am going to say this, though. I'm going to say this. I unequivocally do not think she was cheating. I think she was prepared. And will you at least admit that Trump Did poorly last night.
Was not prepared.
Will you at least listen? You've heard your say. I'm telling you what I think. Now the next thing is, last but not least, is will you admit that Trump did a poor performance last night?
No, because he did excellent with them teaming up on him 3-1.
I think he could have done so much better.
They cut him off.
Well, he knew that. He said it was going to happen, and he wasn't prepared for it. I appreciate your call, Brooke. We're going to talk to CJ in Dallas coming up next, plus your call. And I still have more stuff. I'm going to play CNN going after Kamala for refusing to answer questions on two different things. On Kamala going way off the hook and saying they talked about the double standard. I'm going to play that for you coming up next. Plus your call at 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. I'm also going to go in depth to the Reuters, New York Times, and Fox News independent panelists saying that actually Trump comes out ahead in those, which stunned me. But I'm grateful to see it from last night's debate. All that is next on the Chris Crock Show. News Talk 820 WBAP and now on FM at 93.3. 800-288-WBAP is our number. 800-288-9227.
Vice President Harris began the debate by punting the first question on the economy.
Do you believe Americans are better off than they were 4 years ago?
So I was raised as a middle-class kid, and I am actually the only person on this stage who has a plan that is about lifting up the middle class and working people of America.
It went on from there. Despite the economy being the number one issue facing the country, the sitting vice president generally reverted to talking points about a few of her policy proposals. Even Harris allies today are saying that she needs to talk more about what she will do for Americans if elected. Senator Bernie Sanders will be here in a second to talk about more about the need for her to fill in some of those blanks. On the border, another vulnerable issue for Harris, she also dodged.
Would you have done anything differently from President Biden on this?
So I'm the only person on this stage who has prosecuted transnational criminal organizations for the trafficking of guns, drugs, and human beings.
Okay, that wasn't the question. When asked how she would break through the Israel-Hamas war stalemate, Harris said this.
We need a ceasefire deal, and we need the hostages out. And so we will continue to work around the clock on that.
Okay, but again, how?
Well, there's CNN triply taking her to task for not giving details on anything. And that's why a lot of independent voters said, well, she didn't move the needle with me. I'm still sticking with Trump, or I'm not sure still because no specifics. In fact, it was more concerning. Economically, Trump got 2 points extra in the CNN analysis by the CNN polling. CJ in Dallas, WBAP.
So I'm hearing you saying that, in your opinion, that Trump lost.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to figure out that what did Kamala Harris do to win this thing, in your opinion? Because to me, she really never answered any
You're right.
question.
You're right. She didn't, but she looked presidential. She did not lose her cool, and she got under his skin. He lost his cool. He went down rabbit holes that were useless and hurt him, didn't help him. And so she won. She got him off his game, and she was on her game. That's how I say she won.
She's a career politician. Of course, those type of people can get on stage and whoop-de-doo and say all the right things and don't do nothing when they get in the White House or get in the position they've been voted in. So I just have no faith in her or what she says as far as believing what she's saying. She told little lies on stage.
Oh, tons of them.
Trump did.
Huge ones.
Okay.
Yeah,
but they never called her out. So
yes.
That's
because he knew that. He knew they were going to have her back. He said that, and he wasn't prepared for that.
Well, how can you really be prepared if you're going against the referees that's throwing flags at you, not throwing flags at the other?
If you go to a debate if you go to the debate knowing the conditions and you don't succeed, it's on you.
I wouldn't be surprised that they gave her some inside light.
I wouldn't be either. They did it before. They'll do it again. I appreciate your call.
She performed pretty good.
She did, and that's my point. Thank you very much for your call.